And we're looking at dynamic hip stabilizing exercise. So what we've done so far is we looked at static exercises, making sure we've got the muscle activation, the control, the alignment, and the posture. What we're now going to do is take all of that information and bring it into this part and look at the dynamic aspects of it. So we're going to start with body weight, and then we're going to move into kettlebells. So we're going to look at exercise number 1. It's basically just a single leg RDL. But what we're doing is we are reaching, so what we're not doing is just tipping over. What we're going to do is we're going to reach back into that position. Now eventually we will have a weight in this hand, and then we're going to push the hip forward and come up into this position. So the foot doesn't always come off the floor. Well, it comes off the floor, but only by an inch, and we push the foot back along the floor. So we're building that control. So we've built the control in a static position, and what we're now doing is we're building more stability and control in a dynamic position. So we come up, we go down, and we come back up. Again, we keep this back leg straight, and what we want to be able to do is again control the knee. Whoop. Control the knee, so we've got that smoothness of movement, because if we're too wobbly, we're going to be, our movement's going to be jerky. So if we grab a weight, we drop it in the gap where the leg would be, and then we come up. Again, if you've got any questions about teaching points, stick them in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to answer. So that's exercise number 1. So we would do a number of reps on one side, and then a number of reps on the other side. And as I mentioned, this is all covered in the workshop, which you can just click the link and go through to that. But it's covered it in a lot more detail. The second exercise is harder again, because what we're not doing is we're not going forwards and back anymore. Because forwards and back keep the centre of gravity roughly in the same place. What we're now going to do is come into this position, and we're going to open out the hips. So we're going to go external rotation to internal rotation. We want to keep the hips and shoulders in line, but again we want that smoothness of movement. So we want to come smoothly up and smoothly down, but we want all that we talked about before. We want the glute active, we want the knee stable, we want the posture in line. So we want that straight line all the way through. We want to be able to keep glute active all the way through. Head in line, posture, spine neutral. So we want those positions. Again, you can add weight to this one. So you can come into that position and roll up to make it a little bit harder. But again, it's not essential. But that is another way of doing it. But what we've done here is we've built that hip stability in a logical fashion. And what you will find at some point on that journey, there are going to be sticking points that's going to be a little bit harder to get over. This is where the workshops come in, because we look at common faults. We look at how to correct those common faults. When you get to a point where it's too easy, what do I progress into? Can I take either of these exercises any further? We look at that. We look at a number of different ways of making it harder, but we also look at a number of ways of making it easier if you can't get past those sticking points, to be able to then get past those sticking points. So as I mentioned, building hip stability is what's going to be much better, or make your low back and spine that much healthier, because it is the foundation to it, because it is literally what the low back sits on. So if you're stable below, you're going to be more stable above. Obviously then you can go into my core strength and stability program to build the actual core up as well. So there's another avenue for you to build your body and in a sense keep your low back nice and healthy. So my name is Chris from Christopher Hall Training. If you've got any questions, stick them below. If you want to watch more, hit the like and subscribe button. If you want to stabilize your hip to protect your lower back, hit the link below.